What's up, everybody? This review, we're taking a look at Bane from the Mafex Batman Knightfall series. So, this is the figure I wanted to check out. I know a lot of people had it on their as one of their top figures for 2024. I did pick him up then. I actually got this guy through a trade at a local swap, which is really cool. It didn't have the top tray that came with it. So if I tilt this box upright, these hands are just going to kind of come falling out. But I did want to check them out because I heard nothing but good things about it. And I do like Bane. He is one of my favorite villains because he is, I do like the brute strength part of it, but he's really, really smart. So yeah, I definitely want to check it out and see how he scales and everything like that. So here is the box. You got the window. You can see the accessories, different hands, another head sculpt. And then we've got the other side here. You might hear everything come tumbling out of there. We've got the back, different poses. Looks really cool. Other side. And there he is. You can see the stuff started coming out of there, but we'll get him open and check him out. So here he is outside the packaging, and he looks really cool. Pretty simple design. This is his first design, so he's got the tank top. Get a little closer look at him. Simple mask, tank top, belt. Got the switch he'll hit for his juice. Got the hair on the arms. Nice shading in the skin. All right there, the chest. The legs, his uniform, what he's wearing is pretty simple, like a matted gray or matted black. Looks probably a little more grayish. We've got his boots. Got the strings. Nice silver on the belt and his little an accessory here on his band where he hits the button. His venom going through. I mean, there's no sign of it or anything like that, but you got some hair on the chest. See those details? That's pretty cool. You can see the zipper on the mask. Pretty cool. Really nice details in there. And that is it for his look. I mean, he's pretty simple. Didn't have much going on. I mean, he was just really, really smart. Don't need to be fancy. Accessories, he comes with not another head sculpt, which I hate. I wish he would have came with another head sculpt. Instead, they did this half face thing. And then it plugs in. I hate that. I don't like that at all. But it is a little more wide-eyed. That one, it looks a little more serious. Then he comes with a bunch of hands. So he's got the fists on him now. He's got these like grabbing hands. Nice paint on there. The skin tone, the silver on the gloves, like the knuckles. They got this clear bar that goes across and holds both sets, or both of them for the set. He's got these little more relaxed grabbing hands. Then he's got these two straight chopping hands, I guess. Flying hands, but he doesn't really fly, but you know what I mean, little choppy hands. Then you got these two fingers pointing different direction, which is really nice. And then he's got these other grabbing hands, but this bar is already broken, but they look really nice. So that makes what? Pretty much 3 sets of three sets grabbing hands, various degrees of grabbing. I like it. Each one kind of shows a little bit more of I guess you can pose it in pictures to show a different level of like seriousness or what he's grabbing for. But also, like, do we need 3 grabbing hands? I probably would have liked this one. I think I would have been okay with this one if I could only have 1 set of them. But I am glad that we got a bunch of them. Don't get me wrong, grateful. Don't take it away from us. But that is it for his accessories. And this is what he looks like with the when you remove the other face. I'm just going to put the other head sculpt on there. And you'll just key it in. Just squeeze, and it's on there. Pop a hand off. Take one off of those clear little plugins. We'll do the pointing finger. Just make sure you line it up good. Probably one of my favorite accessories you can have on a figure is a pointing one. Just giving direction. Telling you to keep quiet. That sort of thing. Cutthroat. Just really nice. Here he is with a couple of grabby hands. Pretty cool. Maybe he's gonna do something with that little switch. I like my Bane to be very like imposing, just huge. But you know, you get different sizes, different companies, that sort of thing. Look like he's hitting his button. So it's going to be interesting to see how he scales with other people or other characters from different lines. I did have an idea in mind for him because I didn't think he'd be like the biggest Bane figure that I got or anything like that. So I had a little idea for him or how I was going to use him. So before we get into size comparison, we'll go through the articulation. It is a Mafex figure, so it does got a lot of different points. So his head is on double ball peg there. So they're just going to allow you to move all over there. But he also has a cut right there at the base of the neck. But this guy, of course, going to look left to right really nice. You can tilt your head for a little bit of personality. Just looking at you like you're crazy, that sort of thing. Or maybe he got kicked in the side of the head and his head is, you know, tilted over. Looking all the way down. Goes up. Pretty decent. That's not bad. We've got, of course, that base of the neck that helps out. We've got butterfly joint that is like all over. Really nice. T-pose, upper bicep cut, double jointed elbows. Go that far. Pretty nice. Of course, the peg and hinge, the hands. Diaphragm cut. We've got it's like a little ball at the waist, but it doesn't give you too much. You're getting everything mostly from your diaphragm cut, which looks really good. You know, he's throwing his punch. It looks pretty natural with his joints. Looks a little weird from this angle sometimes, but you know, you're gonna pose it in a way you can't really see that. But like that looks really good. But for the most part, it looks pretty natural. It's not terrible. It looks nice. Then you got a drop down hip. Leg goes forward about that far. Really far. Pretty nice. Back this far. Splits. Double jointed pinless knees. No boot cut. Everything's coming from the ankle, which looks to be like a ball joint. Let it do all of its range of motion. And toe joint. So pretty cool for his articulation. Gonna let him get into some really nice posing. He can take a knee. Get a little more. If you put his toes on the ground, it doesn't quite touch the his knee doesn't quite touch the floor, but I mean he can balance, which is really nice. Really cool. Crouching down before he hits you with this. Sure, you can. Ready to battle. Let's go. And that's it for his articulation. Size wise, Mafex figures are kind of scaled a little bit smaller. So for him, he might seem like a normal size, but he's like an average size figure. But Mafex Batman next to this guy probably looks a lot smaller. But I don't have one of those because I like a certain scale for my figures. And, I didn't pick up the Batman for that. But here he is next to a WWE Ultimate Roman Reigns. And they're pretty close. Bane is just a little bit taller, which is pretty cool. I like that. Looks pretty nice like that. That'll give you an idea because, these guys are a lot larger than your normal 6-inch figures also. And then for probably one of the most important ones is you got to have Batman next to him. And I don't really have a lot of Batman figures, but the ones that I do have are Mezco. Mezco are my go-to Batman figures, and this is my main go-to right now. I love their Batman figures. They look really nice. And I was curious how this was going to look. I mean, that looks pretty awesome. Having him look up to Bane. Just a little bit. I imagine Bane to be a little bit more hulking, but he doesn't have like crazy veins or anything like that popping out. So I'm going with he's not juiced up yet. He's still a monster. He's still big, but he's not super, super crazy. That's my story I'm going with for him, anyways. But yeah, there they are, side by side. Get a better idea of how tall they are, the bulkiness. The Mezco Batman figures do have a little bit larger of a body, so he's pretty bulky. Let's see if I can move this cape so you can see the frame. So he's pretty big in this form. But man, that Bane looks pretty nice. The articulation was really nice in the Bane. I mean, the look of him, everything. So yeah, since this is my main Batman and this style is my main Batman, they scale really nice together. At least I think so. So here he is next to the McFarlane Bane, the DC Multiverse one, the Mega Fig, and he's probably my favorite Bane. There, I had the old DCUC, that one, the Build-A-Figure or CNC one. That one used to be my favorite, my all-time favorite, and then this McFarlane one came out, and I think it was actually absolutely amazing. Not perfect. I'm sure you've seen in some of my other videos where I mention him. A couple more points of articulation, I think he would have been great. Like the best one ever, but they didn't add it to him. So I still think he's like a really good looking figure, intimidating. He's got the size. You can see the veins and stuff. He looks juiced up in this version, and that's what I meant by earlier when I said I had an idea for this one. I was going to pretty much play it off as this is my non-juiced version, and then when he gets larger, he turns into this one. So if I do a stop motion, that sort of thing, this will probably be the one running around. Maybe he finds his venom or he hits his venom, got the harness, everything like that, and that's what he turns into. But yeah, he looks really, really awesome. You can see the size difference there. This is not a bad figure. He's like size wise, he is larger. But man, look at that Mega Fig. That looks crazy nice. And they look really good together. This Mega Fig doesn't have like the bicep cut, or can't move the legs as good. And he didn't come with the hands. Like he's got these open hands, and I wish he would have came with some fists. That would have set this figure off just a little bit more. He really needed those extra hands, and I don't know why they didn't give it to him. They were just so close to being really, really perfect with this guy. But I mean, you see all the details in his pants. Very similar look. He doesn't vary much. He has like the black pants, kind of like a tank top looking thing, and then his mask. But his pants got really nice texturing in there that you can see. versus this first appearance one was really smooth, and it's not wrong. But yeah, this looks good. He's a little more tactical here. So different, I guess, eras and looks, but still very similar. He doesn't vary again too far in his looks or anything like that. So yeah, they both look really awesome together. All right. So overall, I do like this Bane. I think it's a really good figure. He's got a larger size than normal figures. So and Bane should be larger. So they nailed that. The look looks good, especially for what they were trying to accomplish. As far as that Nightfall look, they nail it. The paint looks clean. You got the hair, everything like that. Nice shading on the skin tone. It does come with a ton of hands. It does come with a stand too, like a clear stand. I couldn't find mine. Again, it was loose in the box. I know I have it, but it's just a regular Mafex like clear stand. But yeah, I mean, he looks good. The articulation is really nice. Not much to or that you could be asking for. He's not like an armored type character where you want to see all these crazy details or anything like that. I think he really does get the job done. I mean, really nice articulation on this guy. So, and again, the paint is pretty clean. So, I mean, I do like this figure. I don't know where I would put it myself. I don't know if it's my favorite Bane figure. I still like that McFarlane one a lot. Probably just because of the texturing in the pants and the grittiness to it, but also the scale of it just being so much larger. But this one is still a really nice figure. I can't hate on it. I mean, it's a really, really good one. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this review. Hopefully, as always, you saw enough to see whether you wanted to add this to your collection or not. And I will catch y'all in the next one. Later.